Chiga here. So today we're going to go over a few basing bar skins. As you see, I have gone ahead and pulled up a screenshot of each one. I'll go ahead and go into depth per each one. We have 5 categories here for God tier, great, mid but orange, and dog shit. I'll go ahead and explain why each one belongs in each tier, and hopefully you guys can agree or disagree in the comments. With this in mind, if you like this video, go ahead and just give me a heads up in the comments, subscribe, and we'll see if we can get the ball rolling on some future ones. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with Embro skin. So, Embro skin. I am not really a fan of the khaki and gold patterns. The GIF on it is a little bit outdated. I know this is one of the older skins in the game. I have to feel like this one's gonna go in the mid but orange. Honestly, between mid and orange and dog shit, I'm gonna place it right there. Very specific skin, but for a good reason. It's just not one that's aesthetically pleasing. I really dislike the fact that this gang released 2 gang skins and both of them are really bad. It takes a special level of talent to do that. So with that in mind, you guys get a pass for this first one. We're gonna go ahead and put that one right here. Next, we have region skin. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the palette on this one. I don't understand why you guys couldn't have done gray and black. The green is throwing me off a little bit. Very strange shape, but it does look decent enough. So I'm gonna put it in the mid but orange. I just don't see a lot of people with this skin. I don't think a lot of people would privy the skin over other ones, but it is just in that decent spot. Next, we have NBK skin. Honestly, there's quite a few people that own this skin these days. It matches really well with their Shipka skins, and their hat themes have been really good with it as well. I have to put this one between great and mid. I feel like the gun itself has some really cool SFX. It's just really basic compared to many of the unique skin shapes that came out after it. With that in mind, I'm going to put it between the two. Next, we have the Maelstrom skin. The Maelstrom skin honestly has been one of my favorites. It's a smaller skin compared to the rest of these in game. Has a pretty unique sound. It has a really tic-tac sound on it. I rather like this one a lot. I feel like it's gonna be in this same strange tier between great and mid. I am one to say that it's a fairly unique skin. Not a lot of people have it these days. You'll see only like a handful of 3 to 5 people pull this one out. So with this in mind, I feel like it'll go in the great tier just based on rarity. Not too many people are holding it these days, and it is pretty cool shape-wise. We'll follow this through with the DarkSide skin. I rather enjoy the DarkSide skin. I think that it is pretty damn cool, and it is aged pretty well compared to a lot of these. I think this one came out quite a long time ago compared to the new gen skins. Has aged pretty well. The shape's real nice. The recoil I think has a little glow to it. It would be amiss not to put it in a tier like this. And honestly, if you compared these two between NBK and DarkSide, I have to put DarkSide up here. It's a pretty damn solid skin. I just don't think that these skins match up. I think this one just looks a little bit more basic. And honestly, now because I see all this, I'm gonna put the NBK skin in the mid tier. And let's not cut ourselves short. Let's just be direct. This skin's pretty fucking ass. So we'll put that one down here too. Next, we have the Arcane skin. I think this one's the newest, one of the newer ones that came out. I think it's this one in LightsOut as of June 2024. Honestly, bro, this one's like an Asian man's penis. It's really thin. It's like a pencil. I just don't really think it's appealing. The GIF is alright, but I feel like it has to go in this same strange little tier of what is this shit and why does it look like this? I don't even know if it's really appealing for a gang that bases in Neo. They could have done MPX, but that's not my business. I just think it's a mid-tier skin, bro. Next, we got Embro skin 2. This one matches up with none of their hats, bro. This one kind of pisses me off. It is not a good skin. The only thing that makes it decent is the glow. It reminded me of Laser Tag when it first came out, and that's what it looks like. I honestly really despise the skin. It has a case for being the worst skin on the list. So much so that honestly, bro, Imperium skin. Imperium skin has to be an S tier skin for me, bro. This is a god tier skin. This is what every skin after it has imitated. Really fucking good. It was at the peak of the Void hat at Rage. I feel like it really took advantage of it. And on top of it, that unique spin and that recoil. I really love this skin. I feel like it's the future basis for what other skins after it are gonna be like. We got Navy skin here. Honestly, bro, Navy skin is pretty basic compared to these. It's very thin. It has that little floppy penis type of thing going on. I feel like it belongs in between these two, but for the sake of this, I'm gonna put it in the mid tier. I just feel like there are more aesthetically pleasing skins out there. The little wing on it is cool and the palette's cool, but it's a very basic skin. Doesn't do anything special aside from the idol. We'll follow this one up with the Catalyst skin. Honestly, bro, the Catalyst skin has to be a great to god tier skin. I feel like it has every right to be either on the top or towards the second tier. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna put it in the second tier. I feel like it matches up with their hideout and theme really nice. They have really cool technological sounds to it. It's very matching to their theme, very fitting, very unique shape. It's really up there. It honestly deserves to be somewhere between these two. Obsidian skin. I feel like Obsidian skin is a mid-tier skin. It does nothing special, but the palette is definitely unique in itself. I have not seen many purple skins out since this one. I feel like it's a mid-tier skin because I still think it's very basic. It's the same argument as the MBK skin. It is nice structurally, it just does nothing else. It's a very basic skin, but it is still definitely pretty cool to show off once in a while. Not many of them left either. Alright, so for the M2S skin, I'll make this real brief. This is the perfect example of why you should never do too much on a bar skin. I feel like this is way too many colors on the skin. The firing thing on it looks alright, but this one hasn't aged really well. The lettering, the palette, the way the skin is in game, it's very thick, and the recoil look awful on the skin. It is one of the reasons why you should never do too much on a bar skin. Next, we have the Ebizou skin. I think this one has to go in the F tier as well. It's just one of the older skins in game, but the shape hasn't aged well. The lettering down here, while it might have just been a sign of its time, it's not really good. That little neon glow that they have on it is nice, but everything else is really poor compared to the rest of it. Second to last, we have the Grim Reaper skin. I feel like the Grim Reaper skin is just way too bright on the color saturation. It has a good reason to be between these two. You could argue that. I just don't think it's above and on a tier with these skins. This one's gonna go down here next to the Ebizou skin, which is not a really good one. The color is very dated. The shading is not that good. And while it is more recognizance of its time, it looks more like a shotgun than an actual bar. I really don't like this skin as much as the rest. And lastly, we have the LightsOut skin. The LightsOut skin is a pretty damn good skin. This one I think is the latest one that has come out as of this year. From this day, I feel like this one's pretty up there. The particles, the idol, the glow, and the gun shape itself is really nice. It's on par with the Imperium skin. I feel like you could argue that it could be between these two in most groups, but it is definitely one to remember. I think this one has a few things that a lot of future skins are going to use, such as that particle thing. I know a lot of people were giving arguments on Discord about why LightsOut managed to release a particle, and the reason why was because they separated the files for their scars, their idol, and their glow. So with this in mind, it's an S tier skin. It may not be on the unique tier and shape of these, but it is one that just does so well with the animations and is just so gradual that I feel like they did such a good job with these details. You could even argue that it might be the best skin in game up to this point. Next we have GPN skin. I actually like the shape on this skin. The gold, the blue, and the white have a nice contrast against each other. You see the little fade that they did on the tip. I'm a huge fan of that. I think this one has a right to be in the great skin tier list. I love the sound effects on it. They also used custom sound effects. Overall, pretty damn solid skin. Not a lot of people have it these days, so I would say it's a pretty damn good skin.
Suck that boy! Let's go!
I'm fucking different. I'm fucking different.
Go!
I'm fucking different.